Hey, what's the good word? What is the good word? How y'all doing? Yeah, so let's see. We want to talk about this guy Eugene Goodman. Have y'all seen Eugene Goodman? This I don't know if y'all have seen him, but it's an interesting thing. This Eugene Goodman guy is a guy who was in trouble. Well, not in trouble. He was a cop. I'm trying to fix the thing on Twitch. Twitch apparently is having problems with this title. Let's see if we can fix it. Uh, I don't even know. It's not working on Twitch, so no Twitch. We'll just have to remove that destination. Okay, so Eugene Goodman, what's up, BL? What's up, Solam? What's up, B Scott? Yeah, so what was happening with this guy? I'm gonna remind you who this guy is, but this magical Negro stuff is out of control. The white liberals are at it again. They're doing the magical Negro stuff, and the magical Negro stuff is their go-to. And the cool thing these days is for black women to be the magical Negroes. It's all about the Neomammy is what I call it, where black women will save us. Black women save democracy again. We're so tired of saving everybody. We're always saving everybody. So give a few of us jobs. Give this person a job. Black women are tired of saving y'all without being recompensated and all this stuff. That's the trendy thing to say now. But there was no black woman to make into a neo-mammy around the Capitol riots. And by mammy, I'm talking about the trope of the mammy as the black woman who exists to sacrifice herself and subjugate herself for the benefit of the white people, either to act as their conscience or to actually sacrifice her body in various ways, whether it's to nurse the master's children, whether it's to jump in front of a bullet. So they're going really crazy. They're going, and this is exactly what it is. KBO Viewing has said that people are saying he single-handedly saved the Senate. I mean, they're throwing a lot of extras on it. And I want to make clear, well, this is what happens when there's no neo-mammy around, because, the climate's very hostile to straight black men now in the woke circles. Now, straight black men are basically, the narrative is that they're co-patriarchs with white men. They're the white people of black people, etc. But when you have no choice, even if you're someone who typically bashes straight black men, because what these people do, the blue checks and the Wakandans and all these people, they use the sacrifices and struggles of regular black folk on the ground as a way to advocate for themselves, to get benefits and goodies and perks and jobs. And when there's no black woman to weaponize, the black men that they will tend to demonize a lot of times will come in handy. That's why Black Lives Matter, even though it has so many messed up things to say about black men, has no problem using their bodies to do a come up and use George Floyd's name and other names. They would preferably not have to do that. That's why they're always obsessed with trying to change the narrative to black women dying at the hands of the cops, even though statistically black men die at the hands of the cop, like over 95% of black people who get killed by cops, right? So anyway, when there's not a black woman to make into a neo-mammy, they will deal with using the black man. So what happened is a lot of the usual suspects are jumping behind this guy, and the liberals are, turning him into Uncle Remus, or turning him into the sacrificing black man, the Green Mile, the Bagger Vance, the conscience of the country, all these different things. But for those who don't know, This is the guy. We'll show you the guy for people who haven't seen it. His name is Eugene something. I'm forgetting his name. His name is yeah. They did the same thing. They did the same thing with Jim Clyburn. That's true. Hey Bungani, how's it going? For people who enjoy what we do, as usual, the ways you can support us are on the bottom, scrolling. Yeah, but this is very true. A lot of that over the top praise is meant to stand in the place of real reckoning. By the way, if you enjoy what we do, go to patreon.com/champagne sharks and become a member for $5 a month or $10 a month. You get all these bonuses, all these goodies. But on top of that, if you're already a member, we now offer annual subscriptions at 10% discount. So yeah, definitely check that out. But this is what um let me find the actual video so you can see it. But they walk this guy up the stairs. His name is Eugene something. I want to find it. I showed it yesterday as well, but I want to find the exact angle. Okay, here we go. Found it. There's two angles actually. One that everyone's seen and one that everyone has not seen. So check it out. Check it out. Check it out. This is the first one. And I'm not shitting on the guy. I want to make that clear. I'm not crapping on him. He's nothing wrong with him. Here it is. So here we go. Somebody's coming down the stairs. Here's the guy. Now he's strategically retreating. He's doing his job. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Now he's not touching his gun. He's calling for backup. He's calling for backup. Whole thing's about 45 seconds so far. He's stalling them. He tells the other cops that they're there. So the cops are joining him right now, and you're going to see they're all going to show up, and here they go. This is our America, blah, blah, blah. Couple seconds left, and that is a wrap. So that's basically what happened. And this is the other angle of it. Same thing. Someone took this angle from the top. So I mean, what was he gonna do? There's that many people, you know. So either strategic retreat, and that's what happened. His name is what? Eugene what? Can someone remind me what his name is? I know it's in the title, but I can't. No, this isn't the one that died. But yeah, Eugene Goodman. His name is Eugene Goodman, and he's not the one who died. But part of the problem with how they phrase this, they make it seem like he single-handedly um save the Senate. This was at 2:15 that happened. The thing that I had yesterday was 2:15. They had been inside of the place since about maybe 2. They broke past the barriers. They broke past the barriers around 12:50. They got to the building and broke into the building at about 2. They completely overran all the rest of the barriers, And at 2:04, they were still trying to get in, and then they finally get in around 2:04, right after breaking past the perimeter barrier at one. At 2:21, the Senate is still going on, and they enter into a recess. They call a shelter in place. So about 17 minutes after that scene, they call the shelter in place. They were walking around for like 20 minutes. At 2:40, they were still trying to get into the chamber, and then 2:46 is when she gets that woman Babbitt gets shot. So these people are making it seem like the proximate cause is very different. Like they, this cop is holding these people off, and the split seconds that he's holding them off on that is a life and death difference that saved all these people. And that's not what it was at all. Like they were in there for a little while. They were approaching all along. Everybody knew. They kept holding the Senate for like another 20, 30 minutes or so until they started banging on the doors to get in. And then a shot was fired. This lady, Ashley Babbitt, got killed, and they took the people out. So it's like, why not make the white cop, the black cop who shot like Ashley Babbitt the hero? Why not make the one that shot, because I believe it was a black cop that shot her, right? Why not make the black cop that shot Ashley Babbitt the hero? And what I would posit to you is the big reason why they make this guy the hero is not because he did so much to save anyone, but because white people love the idea of the sacrificing Negro who still takes the high road. What is notable about that guy is the endless patience. He doesn't pull out his gun ever. He doesn't lay a hand on anybody. Like it's Crispus Attucks. It's the Crispus Attucks syndrome. He is risking his life in their mind. Like they're projecting all their things that they want a black person to be onto him. That guy just wants to get home, get away from these crazy white people, and make sure he doesn't get hurt. He wants to make it to his pension. He's not trying to save democracy. He's not trying to do whatever. And he also realizes he's not going to be able to get away with what his white compatriots are going to be able to get away with if it was black people. Like if it was black people, his white compatriots would not have been as patient as him. And also, he might have been looked at as giving them special treatment if he was there and acted like that with them. Like, oh, you support those BLM guys, Yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna say he's cowardice. Like, what that would be Crispus Attucks syndrome. Where is he gonna go against all these crazy people? His own white cop partners are just letting these people in and opening the gate. Like, I think this is dead wrong. He wasn't coward. He was smart. Like, that's even more Crispus Attuckish. What's he gonna do? Sit there and fight all those people off? But that's yeah. So I don't think what he's doing retreating is coward. It's common sense. The cops are fine with these people. The cops and there's nothing logistically that he can do. But this is what the problem is. In case you're wondering what the problem is, the problem is that now they're trying to make this guy into he saved America. He's did this. They're doing all this stuff, and it's this idea that this is what black people exist to do. They exist to either be the conscience of white people or protect white people at the cost of their own bodies. So I put earlier on Twitter, stop trying to Crispus Attucks this man. It's creepy. And the question is Todd Stein. I don't know who this guy is, but he tweeted Oh, he's a screenwriter. He's a typical entertainment media liberal. He put Eugene Goodman, the man who saved the Senate, and he puts like that picture there, right? And trying to superhero him, and then um, people were just putting all types of crazy, crazy stuff in it, destroying. Now, Officer Goodman deserves the Medal of Freeman and the highest honor of law enforcement. Um, and then some conservatives are complaining about him as usual. And this is what I was talking about. Like what's the point? The other cops are just letting them in. He's doing the same as the other cops. Like that's just a strategic retreat, basically. He slowed them down like all of what, like 12 seconds, and they're talking about the Medal of Freedom going to this guy, and then who Professor Crunk tweets this. Because Professor Crunk loves using anything on the ground that black people do that can be interpreted as mammyism, that can be interpreted as magical Negro behavior, that can be interpreted as self-sacrifice and the noble slave slash servant, to the white liberal, as a way to promote all black people, especially herself, as being that, and hopefully like get a job. So what does Professor Crunk do? The footage of the black officer running from the mob was actually that officer outwitting that mob and leading them away from the Senate chamber. Jesus, black people keep on saving this place, and it's so unworthy. Give that brother whatever he wants. And by that, she means, and by proxy, all of us. Give all of us whatever we want. When does she ever a black man like that? Yeah, so she's just throwing on so many extras on it. And then there's more. This happens. Dory Reed says this: Eugene Goodman is the real life Black Panther. So they made him into a Wakandan. They made this blue collar guy. Um, the Talented Tenth have decided to nominate him as an honorary Wakandan. So yeah, that's he's the real life Black Panther now. And you know, um 90s Slow Jams on Twitter, I think, put it the best. If we worship a handful of black folks as mystical heroes, we are absolved from the expectation of treating the rest of them equitably like actual humans. And he's right. That's the benefit that white people get out of this. They don't have to treat them like actual humans or actually do real policies or real systemic changes for them. And then the black liberals get the cultural cachet and secondhand vicarious shine without having to actually risk themselves. Um, they want to pat themselves on the back using someone else's hand, basically, at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, someone said T'Challa Goodman. Plot twist: what does he want? Freedom. Yeah, I mean, it's all sadly predictable. You're right. I mean, it reminds me of the a particularly bad one that was very well known during the first Black Lives Matter, where this black woman was being attacked by the cops, and this white liberal who worked at what Clara Jeffrey. I don't know if you guys know who Clara Jeffrey is, but she was this writer, this liberal writer who was trying to make black women into superheroes for being attacked by the cops, and called the black woman magical. And even when people, unfortunately, I can't find it right now, but he literally called the black woman a magical Negro who's getting tackled at a protest. She acted like she was summoned there to inspire white people. I'm going to show you right now. I found it. For people who don't know, what if he asked for reparations? Yeah, exactly. Give him anything he wants. What if he asked for reparations? Forget about it. Somebody searched Twitter for Eugene Goodman Captain America, and it's already started. Amazing. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of that. So this is what happens, right? Clara Jeffrey put, can we summon Lashia Evans to Charlotte? So summon her like she's a spirit or something magical. And I guess they wanted, at the time, this is 2016, something was happening in Charlotte. So what happened here is Lashia Evans is about to be tackled by the cops, and they're like a split second before they come at her in full riot gear. And the takeaway from this should be horrifying, that a lone woman standing unarmed and little as hell requires two guys in riot gear to manhandle her and whatever. And instead, white liberals look at it and project that same magic stuff on black people that they always do. And then somebody pointed out to her why this is messed up. They said, this is real life. That's a real black woman risking her life, and there are real black people dying. This isn't a game. And she responds, who's saying it's a game? She's amazing. She's the editor and a writer for Mother Jones, the liberal magazine. And this the Shrillix, who's a black guy, he says, you can't understand how it's gross to say that a black woman should be quote unquote summoned to face down state violence. And then Clara Jeffrey responds, I mean in a superhero / magical way, because she seems all powerful. Sorry for the offense. So she, even then, she can't understand why it's tacky. Like, they're so used to how they think being normal. You know, they're so used to how it's normal that even when corrected on it, they can't see it. It's like asking a fish to notice that it's in water. It's this is how it's always been to them. It's so normal to them. And part of the problem is, the sad thing is, you can't totally blame them, even though you can. I'm not trying to let them off the hook, but you can't totally blame them, because a lot of black people try to weaponize it and fixate on it and take advantage of it. Hence why you see people like Joy Reid and Professor Crunk rushing in to do it for the guy, and by extension, doing it for themselves. They're trying to turn the guy into an extension of themselves, so they're doing something even worse. They're reaping the benefits and weaponizing this type of sick, creepy white liberal tendency, and not even doing it at their own body, not even doing it with their own bodies. Like, Professor Crunk and Joy Reid aren't going to do what Lashia Evans did or what Eugene Goodman did, but they're more than happy to turn those people into an extension of themselves performatively in front of white liberals and hope to get some of that residual shine, So I can't. This writer was at the garden party in Get Out. Yeah, so they're complicit in this. These black liberals are complicit in encouraging. Like, I bet you when Clara Jeffrey ended up deleting it because it went so bad, but I bet you when Clara Jeffrey wrote that, there were a lot of black liberals like, bless you, Clara, for seeing what we have to go through all this time. Or they're probably egging it on, like, black women have been saving America, Clara, didn't you know? With a sassy gif. Yeah, it's same old. But watching it happen again, and if you look up Eugene Goodman right now, they're going heavy on it, and then someone's going to eventually sexualize him. That's the other thing that see. So check it out. I just did a search for Eugene Goodman. Yeah, and someone's gonna sexualize him soon in a creepy way. Just wait for it. But right there, this is what I'm talking about. First example, top hit, NAACP. Derek Johnson. Thank you, Officer Eugene Goodman. So the NAACP is leaning right in on it, and now people are starting to theorize. I hope at least he grips some liberals. I hope he at least makes a T-shirt out of himself, or finds a way to do some quick grifting off some liberals off of this. Make a tote bag. Sell some merchandise, make a tote bag off of this picture, and get some resistance grift money at the very least. Hopefully he can stop what's coming next. They're starting to imagine him um fighting other battles for them as well, as if this is what he was doing it for. Like he wasn't just trying to do his job to the bare minimum but not get fired. Tom Stowe, Eugene Goodman is a true hero by any definition. What he did required incredible courage and quick thinking. The difference he made in the most critical of moments is almost immeasurable. He may have single-handedly prevented a massacre. We should all know his name. Like they're just going so crazy with it. They're turning these yahoos into in invading guerrilla force. A statue of Eugene Goodman should stand forever at the entrance to the United States Senate. He is a patriot. And by the way, I am not cherry picking. These are the top hits. I'm just reading from the very top down. I'm not cherry picking anything. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't even need a product. He could just do a GoFundMe. All ACAB went from all cops are bastards to all cops are black excellence. Yeah, cameo him in a Marvel movie. And again, this is not about bashing him. I have no problem with the guy. I think he did the smart thing. He did just enough to not get fired, but not so much. But I mean, all this extra stuff of stopping a massacre. Like when they make the movie version of this, they're gonna have down to the very last minute. They're about to bust in, and he saves everyone. And he just buys the Senate the last second they need to evacuate before everybody busts in, and he saved them by the skin of the teeth. Like it. The Senate was inside tweeting and stuff about this as it was going on for like the next 40 minutes. It was yeah, so I mean Jada Pinkett got in on it. Here are two words that make my heart smile and make me so proud. Eugene Goodman. And then on top of that, because the Trump people and the 4chaners and the alt-right are so racist, now they're trying to discredit Eugene Goodman, even though they're usually Blue Lives Matter and all cops are great. Now suddenly there's a problem with this cop, and they're turning him into the BLM cop. So it's funny. um any other good things? They're talking about redeeming the Congressional Medal of Freedom by giving it to Eugene Goodman. Given the Medal of Freedom. My painting of Eugene Goodman when he saved the Senate from the terrorist mob last week. Liberals are sitting around painting this dude. Now, why aren't they doing all this for the black cop who shot the white woman, Ashley Babbitt? And like I said, it's because what they really like is that he was in their mind, in their imagination, putting his body on the line, but he was even treating their so-called enemies, the alt-right, with kid gloves. He didn't lay a hand on them. He didn't do whatever. And it's the restraint that they really like. It's the same thing that they like about Lashia Evans. If Shia Evans wasn't just nobly sacrificing her body to be tackled and was instead fighting back and punching and maybe like claw the cop's eyes out or whatever, the nobility, the magical stuff would not be there. She would just be it's the same way that they never cheer protesters who riot and destroy property. So yeah, I mean, this keep going on and on. You see plenty of examples. Let me try. Someone said try Captain America, so I'm sure someone's gonna put his head on a Marvel movie clip. That's gonna happen next. It's gonna be a viral video where they put his head. Nailed it. Except Captain America should look a lot more like Officer Eugene Goodman. Yeah, Eugene Goodman was not doing this, and very well he wasn't. That's not a criticism of Eugene Goodman. He shouldn't be jumping around, throwing his body there and punching people. Now if he pulled a gun or rubber bullets and tear gas on them and started shooting them down, with the rubber bullets and hitting them with tear gas the way that Black Lives Matter protesters got taken down, I would probably you know understand cheering him a little bit more. Giving them a taste of the medicine that other people get. Not saying I like police brutality, but yeah, a lot of Captain America talk. I'm gonna tell my kids that Eugene Goodman is the real Captain America. That's a black woman that said it. Not all heroes wear capes. A real life Captain America. It's also interesting that you can't even think of real people, real heroes to compare him to. You know, why not call him a real life? Why not call him a real life Crispus Attucks? I mean, their mind that's probably a hero too. Or someone else. It's kind of funny that liberals can't even think of real people to compare real people to as heroes. Like they can only use let's see if the word Wakanda appears with his name. Yep, sure enough. Here's some other ones. Are you speculating or are they actually making animated videos? Someone said they're actually making the videos already. Wakanda Forever. Thank you, Officer Goodman. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Eugene Goodman saved the Senate from a riotous mob while wearing a mask. What is your excuse? Yeah, man, that movie was a mistake. That Black Panther movie has put a battery in the back of so many of the worst um, elitist black people on the planet. It what is done to people joking about Joy Reid's post. Um, yeah, motherfucking hero. This is a real man, a true hero, a true warrior. We owe this man so damn much. What a beacon of bravery, brains, and power. Uh, somebody has a black power fist in their avatar and saying, "Yes, he is. What a mighty good man." Yeah, that's what black power is about. Like, I mean, you get the point. That's it. I just wanted to say how funny that was. Uh, he said, "Just kidding." I could believe it. Sadly, I could totally believe it. Yeah, he has a perfect name. Good man. Yeah, he does. M'Baku, good man. And I want to make clear again, I'm not bashing the guy at all. I have no problem with him and what he did. I think he did the best he could under the circumstances. I feel like he shouldn't have even been alone and in that situation. And he was in that situation because all the other cops just stepped aside. And I think he probably realized that if he was to just step by and let them in, he would not. He would have been the only one to get fired, or would have been the only one of the other ones. He didn't have the room to just enable them the way his white peers did. So yeah, that's basically it. As usual, thanks for coming by and check out patreon.com/champagne sharks if you like what we do and the insight we give. Become a patron. If you're already a patron, consider becoming an annual. Hit us up at PayPal if you want to support us there at champagnesharks@gmail.com. You can hit us with PayPal there. And in addition, you can Venmo or Cash App us at Champagne Sharks. And that helps support the show and helps us buy software equipment and pay off our student loans, which always helps. So thanks. And we're going to stream some more later. Look out for it. There's more stuff coming later. So make sure you're following and hit the bell notification. Be good, everybody. Take care. And hit the like button.